Ooh, it's chilly down here.
Mhm. Okay.
Tycoon on the beat.
Okay, you can share on Instagram now too. And Twitter.
I'm just saying that touches me.
You can't help but to feel that beat.
That is one of the most powerful things. I even said that today to him. I was like, that is one of the most powerful things I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to work. I'm excited.
I'm just saying, because like every time I hear that, I feel strength, I feel
Hmm.
power,
It just made me
I
feel like,
feel divine energy.
okay, exactly, right there. It made me go.
Now, and that's what it's about. Today's about power and femininity, and there's so much beautifulness in being a beautiful, strong, independent woman, and I don't mean anything other than that. I don't want to lessen the fact that men are needed and wanted and appreciated for what they are for. Women are should be respected for what they are for. Everybody has a position for a reason.
Absolutely, I feel like a lot of people don't shed enough light on that.
Yeah. So
It's
when you
always one
hear
side being glorified.
so when you hear power and femininity, what do you think? And I apologize for the extra noise. I apologize, everybody. So what do you think when you hear power and femininity?
Me,
Mhm.
I ain't mad at it. That is sweet and simple. That's like grandson saying to me, you know whose skin I'm in? I feel
okay,
that.
me.
That's it. See, I was talking to Soul just a little bit ago before we started, and then I said, "How you feeling?" She said, "I am what I am, and that's what I am." And I said, there's a saying that says that. It says, "I am that I am, and all that I am. I'm grateful for being what I am, and that's enough for me. For I am me." And that's what you have to tell yourself every morning before you go to bed three times, and then every morning when you wake up three times, and then every night before you go to bed three times. To let yourself know that it's okay being you, and there's nothing wrong with being you. You know,
Hmm.
I've noticed so much with me being me and being comfortable with me being me. I may not be what others think I should be or what others perceive me to be. And I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, I love me some me.
That's right. And if they was right, they love some you too.
Mhm.
And and if they don't, that's not my problem.
Exactly. They just not for you. That just is what it is.
I noticed a while ago, and it hit me more recently, that my light affects their demons.
Mm.
That ain't my problem. Sounds like a you problem because my light's shining bright for me.
It's definitely a them problem.
So I'm a surround myself around a lot of heavy negative people that are constantly yelling or just mad all the time, and I don't know how to help them with it. And at the end of the day, I realize that I can't. I'm not supposed to save everyone. I just have to continue being me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
power in femininity.
So I always got a story, right?
I need to hear it.
I always have a story, and it's crazy that you named this segment "Power and Femininity" because I've had to exercise that the past couple of months, and I think my power allows me to normalize whatever my core values are and whatever I feel is the best situation for me. Um, Me being able to separate and compartmentalize different areas of my life have made me not only accountable to myself, but also put me in a position to respect the boundaries that I set forth.
Mm,
So I say that to say I've been faced with a situation, and it's the power in me to continue to be me. It's the power in me that I know is guiding me through this situation. Because if I wasn't strong, I wouldn't be able to endure it. If I wasn't strong, if I wasn't powerful, I wouldn't be able to map out a plan and execute it.
mm,
If I wasn't powerful, I wouldn't be able to detach myself from alignments that I thought maybe they were good ones at the time and in that moment. But once it shows itself not to be of value, if it doesn't make me happy, if it doesn't make me better, if it doesn't make me smarter, or
if
at
it
the
no longer
very
serves you.
right, and if it doesn't make me a couple of dollars at least, why
Mm-hmm.
make time for it? You know, so I've been standing on business for sure, and it's costing me some relationships, and it's okay. I'm going to normalize this doesn't work, and we recognize that this doesn't work, and this is not necessarily a romantic type of thing. It could be business, friendship, co-worker, whatever. If it's not working and we identify that it's not working, let's not do this part of that relationship, but still maintain and hold on to the other parts that are working. And a
Mm,
lot of people can't separate that because then it becomes personal. Because this thing didn't work in our relationship, now it's a whole snowball from hell, right? A whole snowball of emotions that I'm not attaching myself to.
Mhm.
You know, so being powerful within yourself is one, once you find out who you are here and what you are here, you operate in that power. You operate in those things. And you don't just go along to get along, and you don't just be a bandwagoner, and you don't just, just go with what the flow is. You got to be the flow.
mm,
And that's where your power come from. So my power, is standing on business, is being able to compartmentalize and putting people, places, and things where they belong, not attaching everything to the main core source because that becomes draining. If it doesn't belong there, then it don't belong there. Put it where it belongs and deal with it when you want to deal with it,
mm,
because that's choice. That's another part of power. It's your choice. You choose every day. We got the same 24 hours. You choose. You gonna be one day or day one.
So I want to share this real quick and see if everybody can see this.
Yeah.
You see what that is?
mm-hmm.
You see the difference between the high vibrations and the low vibrations?
Mm-hmm.
And, and that's how you get your divine feminine energy when you stay within those high vibrational things. The high vibrational things of showing gratitude, joy, love. I can't read all of it
Peace,
at all
compassion,
because I can't see it.
understanding. It's gratitude, joy, love, peace, compassion, understanding, playfulness, patience, positivity, forgiveness, awareness, intuition, presence, in the moment, and openness.
Them are all the high vibrational energies to receive your feminine divine energy. Now, these are all the low vibrational energies.
There's anxiety, worrying, complaining, shame, guilt, sadness, jealousy, grief, hatred, argumentative, fear, greed, anger, self sabotage, closed, and guilt,
Guilt is up there twice.
as it should be.
Oh, well, it needs to be. As it should be.
Mm-hmm. Because that's one of them ones that'll eat you.
So it will too. And what people have to realize, the only thing you can control is what?
So,
You.
You. That's it. So, I'm pleased to announce that I'm moving to Dallas, Texas.
woo!
Against
Okay.
what anybody says or feels. I am honored that I am leaving. I am honored to be moving. I'm excited. I'm ready. I have nothing holding me. I am free and I'm going to grow to wherever the
Okay.
universe takes me. So when you said to me that it is would you say crazy that I named it this? Um
No.
I don't feel that. I talk to the universe. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in crazy odd whatever. There it's what it is. It's universal. That's a universal energy. That's a cosmic energy of universe that have to be done. That's what I fall through. These are signs and affirmations that what you're doing right now is the right step.
Mm-hmm.
For me to name that this is because it's giving you affirmations that you're traveling down the right road. That's what that is. The universe speaks to us every single day. We choose not to hear it. We see red flags every single day in every situation we're in, from work to relationship to our own children. We see signs. We tend to ignore those, to suppress those, to close those down so that we can try to overlook it with our heart. But the universe speaks to us. Once we become in line with self and we free all that is not of us, we will hear every single day so
Mm-hmm.
much. So that's why the people that is aligned into my circle of love is family for a reason. And it's all universal family. The people that are the closest to me, the universe gave me. And there's a reason they gave me, because we grow off of each other. It's that reciprocated energy. When
Mm-hmm.
I need when I need my simpatico or my sister or anything, I can call on them and they say exactly as I say without us talking, because we are in sync. That's that divine energy of femininity.
Absolutely.
And it happens all the time. My simpatico and I do it all the time. I will
Mm-hmm.
say something to her that she just said to somebody else that she didn't know. How would I know that she said it to somebody else? And she'd be like, I was just speaking on that. Of course, because we are in sync. So, like, people got to realize, in order for you to feel that and become in divine with each other, it's frequencies. You have to eliminate the things that are holding your frequencies down so you can fly in a higher vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So, a situation happened to me, and my light affected someone's demon so much that they tried to hurt me in many different ways, not only physical but just to break things of mine. like my laptop just got broken and stuff like that. So it's like I can't wrap my head around when someone's angry, let alone destructive or vengeful or try to hurt another individual. I can't receive that and I won't give it no energy. So I'm not even gonna try to. At the end of the day, all I see is rainbows and butterflies, and there's a reason everything happens. Even the crappy things, there's always a reason for it. So I just feel that this is the next step to say, go on, to
It's
continue to your
crazy because
journey. Fly.
it's crazy because a lot of people would hear you say that and be like rainbows and butterflies and would have such a horrible conception on that. And it's crazy because a lot of people don't realize like perception is most definitely key. So with you saying that, a lot of people don't realize like that's your perception on life. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that because it gets you
Not at
by
all.
instead of sitting there seeing things as bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I mean, you have a better outlook on things, so therefore you'll get a better outcome. You get from the universe what you put out.
Mhm,
So if you start off with a good perception of things, then you're going to eventually get a good perception regardless of whatever has happened that would be considered negative. It all has a positive outcome depending on your outlook of
mhm.
things.
Facts. Because at the end of the day, I am the one that's creating my paintbrush. I'm the one that's holding it. I'm the one that thought of it. I'm the one that designed it. I'm the one that's using it. It is my
Exactly.
life.
And who is anybody to sit there
So
and tell you any different?
I, honestly, on some real ass shit though, I don't care.
As
And
you
that's the
shouldn't, but
thing.
even
They
still,
can.
it ain't nobody business.
They no, but they can. I mean, they have every right to if they want to. But at the end of the day, it's not going to affect me because I won't allow no one else's agreements to hold on to me.
Yeah, I mean, and then at the
So,
end
I
of
mean,
the
I
day,
can't
that's your
control what
perception. So
someone
how
does.
can it be changed?
Mhm. Yeah, no, I'm not mad. I ain't mad at anything that happens. I swear I have no regrets for nothing. And I love it. I feel so free. I feel so
As you
free.
should.
When the husband did that song about being free, I can relate to that. I can relate to that. And he ain't talking about just being in prison. He's talking about mental imprisonment. He's talking about
Absolutely.
the
So many
agreements that
people,
others put upon him
yes,
that
so many people don't realize how deep that song really is. Y'all go stream
for sure,
free on all platforms by L80 featuring Sunjoy.
for sure, for sure. And it's not even about just being in prison. It's about imprisonment of self,
Hmm.
mental imprisonment,
Definitely.
imprisonment of the conditions that people put upon you from like generational curses or
Hmm.
there's so many things, so many things. Let me invite her back in.
Imprisonment from grief and so many different things for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So just to hear that he say he's free that way is so empowering to me. That's what causes it to be so addicting and so catchy and so just vibe. The vibe. It's a whole vibe. It really is a whole vibe. And then when they watch him perform it is another vibe because you could feel
Absolutely.
him when he's
That
saying it.
power. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, when I talk about power and femininity, I don't want to downplay the fact that we have to be stronger than men because that ain't even it at all. At all. I'm not wanting to take a man's role. I want to be the submissive one and that's by choice and I want to be the one that is nurturing and caring and protective and the healer. I don't want to be the leader of this world at all. I am the womb. I'm the woman. I am the core of the universe.
Hmm. And
Can't get no better than that.
to be led is most definitely like the one of the best feelings. To not have to think in a world where you
Facts,
constantly have to think.
especially by someone that you know you're protected and led safely.
Exactly. Somebody that can properly lead.
Facts.
What's on your mind?
Everything.
Facts. So if you're in a
I could
situation where you can't
tell.
be can't, I don't
I got
speak.
a world of a world of things that I'm pre gaming for. The first quarter of every year is a real tighten, shut down space for me because I set up the rest of my year in these first 3 months. And getting ahead of everything is always the goal. But the goals are different. The goals are different every quarter. And right now is just a reflection of the end of 2023 for me and all of the things that have happened that I have to either readjust or restructure. I'm in the process of restructuring my platform, moving from a, I wouldn't call it basic. I'm moving for an from an average platform to a luxury platform. I'm moving the energy that surrounds me in my chats. I'm on New Year's Day, I completely shut down one of my biggest chats because the energy that I was putting into it and the energy that I was getting back was not reciprocating. So I got rid of it. So normalizing that it's okay to remove again, excuse me, to remove what no longer serves you. So when you have spent so many years taking what you want, having a desire for something and going out there and getting it, it's really hard to relinquish that to someone, even if they've proven that they are a good lead for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that it's hard for me. I don't use the word submit because I don't submit to anything. I do support. I do enjoy my softness. I do love the fact of being able to just be without making decisions, without being a leader, without choreographing what needs to happen, without delegating stuff. I enjoy that space, but it's hard for me to get to that space, especially in all of the things that I do and the businesses that I run and operate. Uh, I, unless you can be me in that space, I can't relinquish that to you. So I'm always going to have that, and but I guess and it's a time and a place for everything. And that comes with the learning how to compartmentalize the different relationships that you are in, because you have it, and then you have to have a transitioning point where you transition from HNIC to just being to just a supportive role to whatever. So my mind is very clear, but it's also in the stage of removing things off of my plate, and I'm not complaining because I'm not complaining about what's on my plate when all I asked was to eat. So I'm eating and I'm
Mhm.
okay.
Well,
I'm
I'm
eating.
very happy for your elevation for sure.
Thank you. It's taken a lot for me to do this because I see and I'm like, why doesn't this person realize and understand who I am to them? You're not going to find another me. You cannot fumble me and think that you're going to get the same me after that, and it's really a heavy for me right now, especially with this thing that's going on with me and my brother. Me and my brother are at a point where we can't even talk to each other. And it didn't have to be this way. But I'm realizing as to why it is this way because feelings and emotions have taken over common sense for him. You get what I mean? So I'm not gonna
Mhm.
get down there and meet him where he is. He's gonna have to work through this internal stuff on his own and meet me up here where I am. And also recognize, hey, this part of us don't work. So let's leave that part alone and let's focus on what does work. But when you got feelings and emotions attached to that, you can't see that. And it's disheartening. And, it's really weighing on me. And you see it. And it's okay. Because the person that I need to see it, their pride, they're puffing up their chest, their King Kong syndrome, that as well as not focusing on the facts. I don't argue feelings. That's why I like math. That's why I like numbers, because numbers don't lie.
What's your sign, if you
Numbers,
don't mind me asking?
Leo.
So I was not gonna guess that. I should have said it. I should have said it.
Numbers don't lie. You know, and
Everything is
formulas.
chess to y'all.
Say again.
Everything is chess to y'all.
Yeah. So I'm not the one beating on my chest. I'm
No,
trying
but
to
I
stick to the facts.
but
No,
I completely understand what you're saying when you
she's
say
talk
that
she's talking about
the logic, like the logicalness of like every Leo I can say that I've met has that mentality, like that chess checkers mentality. Like everything is chess for y'all.
chess
Everything
game.
is
It's a chess
calculated and
game.
it's logical.
Yes. Yes. And I mean, it works for me.
I
I've
appreciate
always,
that quality.
I,
I like that quality a whole lot.
Me too.
I've, I'm really, I can't run from it. I can't duck it. I can't not do it, because then I would be betraying myself. And I'm not a Judas.
Hmm.
I've disrespected myself by not standing in my power, by
Mm-hmm.
not, because I'm very not. Listen, as much as I talk, you would think that I'm a good debater. I shut down in confrontation because I know, because I don't stop. I don't have a gauge. You can't turn it off. And once you take me there, we going all the way there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been me growing up as a kid and fights and all of that. I don't care that I knocked you down. I want you dead on the floor. And that's just how hard I take it. So I'm never scared of someone else in a situation. I'm scared of me, because once my it's like once I turn green and my and my chest and my pop out my clothes, it's over. It's
Say they
over.
take it 6 feet under, you take it to hell.
Yes, straight in a
Straight to
handbag.
hell.
Straight in a handbag. I don't
Okay.
have I don't have no little bit, because everything that I do and all of the energy that I put out is all in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same way. It's just one from one extreme to the next. My heart so big, my heart so giving, but also my vicious is vicious. My fire is fire. And so it's no in between for me. It's no median. And I don't want none, because I want to do everything with my all of my yes, or not do it with all of my no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to second guess myself and say, oh, well, maybe. No. I think about it. I pause. And a lot of times I want the universe to give it to me. Decrease me as you increase in me, right? I want the universe to tell me what I should do. I don't gotta. I listen twice as much as I talk, for true. And a lot of times it's really uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable when you gotta separate yourself from those you love.
Mm-hmm.
It's uncomfortable. Nobody likes it. It doesn't
I'm dealing
feel.
with that. I'm dealing with that. I'm
But
I'm
like you
dealing with
said, you
that right
gotta
now
stand
with my
on your
own son,
boundaries.
so I can receive that.
But like she said, you gotta be able to stand on your boundaries. You gotta be true to self. If you can't be true to
Hmm.
self, then you just hurting yourself more than anything.
Yep. Something as small as, like, right now, I haven't cleaned my house this weekend because I asked my children to do particular things. I asked my son to do particular things and my daughter. So, therefore, me asking more than one time makes me feel like I'm begging. I
Mm,
don't do no begging, right? So,
mm,
those things weren't done. So, guess what I didn't do? I didn't go to the grocery store. I didn't replenish what needs to be replenished here. I
mm,
didn't clean up this or that. and it's going to drive me crazy because of my OCD. So I'm going to really, everything is upstairs in my bedroom for me that I need to do that I would normally do out and about in the house, but I'm not going to because it's not the way that I asked and not
Mm-hmm.
told and not demanded. I asked, listen, I need your help. Let's get this done so that way we can maneuver and operate. No, that's not what we're doing. Okay, well, this is not what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Early life lessons and reciprocation and whatnot.
I want to read this real quick. This
You
says
can't read
feminine
nothing with
power is more.
you can't read nothing with no glasses.
I can too. I can too.
She said I'm
Yeah.
about
It
to.
says feminine power. Look at it. I'm reading it. Feminine power is more mysterious and inward. It is secretive, only for the right people to experience. If you are worthy enough to, feminine energy does not concern itself with how much of something it has, but rather the quality of substance. There is no competition, only inclusions and acceptance.
Mm.
You receive that?
Read it again.
So,
Read it again.
see, now you're killing me. Now you're killing me, Smalls. So, it says feminine power is more mysterious and inward. It is, see, I did it one time. It is secretive only for the right people to experience. If you are worthy enough to, feminine energy does not concern itself with
Okay.
how much of something it has, but rather the quality of the substance. There is no competition, only inclusion and acceptance.
I um I'm gonna pause on that. I gotta process. That's a lot to digest for me right now.
It's more mysterious and inward.
It is definitely inward because women by nature we ain't. That's not who we are. We
Mm.
internalize a lot of things.
No. Mm-hmm.
But now this day and age has
It
forced us
says,
most definitely to have a hard exterior shell. So it's a rarity that femininity is even a common occurrence amongst females to be seen for sure.
facts.
Sit
And
down, Lola.
that's why it says it is secretive and only the right people can experience it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely
Only
agree.
if you're worthy enough to.
Sit down, Lola.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Because there is definitely
Sit.
only like certain people that get a certain level of vulnerability with me. Not everybody gets the same version
Yeah.
of vulnerability. Like I have people that I know that I can love and trust, like my husband, that I can look to and have those vulnerable moments. I can have those feminine moments where I'm not exterior. I'm still on live, honey.
So listen to listen to this. It says claiming our feminine power means embodying the shameless woman amongst all our imperfections. We can have self reverence and be humble, and we can have confidence and make this thing shuts off after a while. It makes mistakes. We can trust in our knowing, even if we don't know where we are going or what's next.
Nah, I sound like her. Read that one more time for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I for real shut it down. Okay. I don't even know where it was. I for real shut it down.
Okay, give me a brief synopsis, I'll say.
I can't even do that. I for real shut it down. I gotta try to go back to it.
I had to come upstairs. I had to migrate real quick. Come do mommy things.
It's okay. I may not be able to find it though.
Well, I feel like femininity is like the only thing that we get in this world that is supposed to be ours. You know, it's supposed to be ours. It's something that is what's the word I'm looking for?
Entitled?
It, yeah, like you are entitled to such. You have your feminine and your masculine energy, and you are entitled to both of those from birth. It's all about how you operate and allow experiences to mold you.
There's another one that says feminine power is having self-respect and honoring our emotional, our energy and tenderness and our fire. Feminine power is tapping our roots into self-love while accepting this light shuts off. Well, accepting the mess and imperfections that accompany us. Beautiful women, when you are
Oh no, we might be having some technical difficulties. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, maybe Kim having some technical difficulties. Well, while she in the middle of her technical difficulties, I'll say this. So I'm so glad to have seen you because I definitely just asked her
I can
when
hear
I
you.
saw you. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, there you go. We can't see you
I'm,
though.
her,
I
she's
can
doing
see
mommy
you.
thing. She's
Oh, okay, okay,
breastfeeding.
Yeah,
okay, okay.
your whole thing though had sat there and froze real quick. That's why I was like, okay, well, while Kim is having technical
Oh,
difficulties, but
I
yeah,
was hearing it all though.
I was telling Soul like I'm glad that I could see you like um I hope you receive that in the way that I meant it. Um
Absolutely.
just based off the look, like this is like our first real interaction as far as knowing each other personally on
Mm-hmm.
the podcast. And so for me to be able to see you in that light and to be able to tell that things aren't normally you based on our first interaction and that being the only interaction that we didn't had, I feel grateful that we have that connection already.
Absolutely. And that is so organic and so genuine when you feel safe in the space of your sister. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's hard as women, as grown women who've suffered from betrayal, from different things that happen to us as we grown into the women that we are. It's it's hard to be transparent and be safe in another woman's space. But when you have boundaries, when you have respect, when you have a genuine love for a person, and you are in possession of that good light, that good energy, you're gonna attract that. And when you feel it, you
That
go until that situation no longer serves you. It comes back to everything is okay until it no longer serves you. You know what
that
I'm saying? So, but as long as it does, you give it your all. Like I said, it's two ends of the slash for me. It's either all the way in or all the way no. You know what I mean? And I'm all the way in. You know, I I look forward, to Sundays at this time because I
mhm,
know, regardless of what I'm doing, I'm about to stop and I'm
mhm,
about to get it in with my sisters. And
mhm.
this is whatever is meant for me to receive or to give. We gonna do what we do, and then we gonna continue on with our day.
You know, when I first met you, I came at you, you were going through a transition.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be with you through every transition you grow through. I just want you to know that. And I said grow for a reason because you're not going through nothing, you're growing through it. So every transition that you have to grow through, I will be there by your side.
Yeah, and since I've met you, I've changed my name twice
And I
because
did
I
too.
listen, because I told you why.
Yeah,
You know, when you grow through something, you are not the same person anymore.
facts.
So you have to be reborn. So when you met me, I was Soul, then I was Trudy Buck, and now I'm Katana Black. So the growth is definitely there for
Yeah.
me, and it's definitely, you know, each time I the name signifies the walking through the fire. It signifies the phoenix. It signifies, yeah, I left that there. You know what I mean? And it just feels good. It feels good to know that, hey, if I call you, if I call Sunjoy, if I
Mhm.
call you simpatico, if I call any one of you
Oops, we lost her.
I'm is here.
I we lost her.
Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna read this to you real quick. She'll be back. This is I found it again. It says claiming our feminine power means embodying the shameless woman amongst all our imperfections. We can have self reverence and why does it get dark quick? We can have self reverence and be humble, and we can have confidence and make mistakes. We can trust in our knowing even when we don't know where we are going or what's next.
and that sounds like the epitome of being able to flourish in your feminine energy for sure.
Yes, for sure.
and back. Every
Hey,
time
It's
every time I get a
okay.
call, every time I get a call and it mutes the sound and I can't hear you guys back, but um yeah, I mean, I just when you I grew up, I have siblings, right? But I grew up an only child, and
Yeah,
I have four children because I wanted a bigger family, and I felt like two boys and two girls was going to give me at least six more. You know what I mean? And don't have parents anymore, no grandparents, distant cousins, um, separated siblings. So for real, for me, it's really my core is me and my kids. So
right.
my oldest is 34 and my youngest is 12. So we got a bunch of different ages, 12, 19, 31, 34. And the people that grew up with my children, also my children too. So
Right.
I built my tribe, and then I have my organization, my intimate space, you know, my family, my the people who I've never had to question their loyalty. So they get mine, you know, and the people there were people that were in that intimate space that now are on the outside of that space. That doesn't mean that I don't love them
Mhm.
still. That doesn't mean that, you know, that just means that that long-handed spoon had to come out and I had to see
Right.
how much I was going to shove down their throat. You know what I mean? So um that just goes back to what I was saying earlier with compartmentalizing things and people and situations, and looking for the good in everything. So once you find what that good is, then you work on that and leave what's not working alone. I I keep coming back to the same thing because it's like this is the lesson that I need to learn, and this is why I need
Mhm.
to stay the course and stay continue doing what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, I feel so good about it because I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to beat on my chest. I'm not trying to be a bully. I'm not, you
that's
know,
right.
trying to
You just standing
to
on
have
business, like you said earlier.
right. I'm not doing anything with malice or any deceit,
Mm-mm.
anything. I'm being very transparent, but I'm also being firm in what I need to be firm in because I'm going to be accountable to self. I'm not going to look in the mirror and say,
Mhm.
I apologize for mistreating you. I'm not going to mistreat myself no more. I'm not going
Mhm.
to mistreat
Mhm.
myself by allowing things to happen that I don't want to happen.
And
And
so
I'm not
many
going to
people
make let
expect
people guilt
that.
me, and I'm
So
not going to
many
let
people
people
expect
guilt
us to
me into
operate in
thinking
that
that
way.
I can, that I have to, that I have to
Right.
let them hurt me in order for them to love me. You do not.
Absolutely. So many people feel like they're entitled to that. And that shouldn't happen all around like at all. But so many people feel like they're entitled to that type of position in your life to where they can disrespect your boundaries and not have any consequences or not lose, the value that they see in you because of them disrespecting your boundaries. So many people stand in disrespecting others' boundaries while protecting themselves.
Facts.
There's a difference between what you are doing versus what a lot of other people do. You are simply standing on your boundaries without having a malice towards others because of the disrespect in their bound in their disrespect within your boundaries. I'll say. Ella said, "Yeah."
Yeah. So I just wanted to say, like, when you were referring to people, not because it makes a difference, just so you know who is who. Sunjoy is my simpatico. Crystal's the other one, and she's not on right now because she's not feeling well. She's got sinus problems. But my when I say simpatico, it is Sunjoy. So
Okay. I thought it was both of them.
my simpatico is just one individual, and that's Sunjoy. I will
Okay.
never call nobody else that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It means like-minded energy, and not everybody is like-minded.
Okay. I got you.
But anyway, that's here nor there. I was just letting you know so you know who is who.
Hey, let me know so I speak correctly.
Yeah,
But
but
Crystal,
when me
Crystal,
calling you Soul, I will call you Katana now because that is not who you are anymore. You are a Katana.
I am
well,
Katana.
she is Katana, and the thing is when some people may still call her so, not because it's who she was, because it may they may think of something different. I'm not thinking of the name Soul Envy. I'm thinking of solely her when I say it. So I'm thinking of who she is because she
When
is
I
who she
hear
is.
Soul, when I heard you saying Soul, I instantly thought of Sun.
All
Yeah.
right.
And
But she
people,
is,
I got soul envy because of my brand. I really
yeah,
just never, you know what I mean? I didn't choose that. Like Katana was chosen and Trudy was chosen. Soul was just because that's your brand. That's how people associated with me. You so
yeah,
envy. Okay, I'm so envy. And then it got from soul envy to soleil. I mean, so it's okay. Those are nice things to call me. How about that?
yeah.
Well, whichever
And
whichever
I
you
just call
prefer,
her.
just let me know.
Yeah, what do you prefer? That's what I need to know too, because I just call you Soul for the fact that she's herself regardless. So she'll be Soul until herself, no matter what. Like she
Right.
is her. There's no other her. What do you want to be called?
Katana.
I will call you Katana. She's in my phone as Katana. I
That's
changed
why
her
you
and
couldn't
everything as
find me when
Katana
you was calling me. That's why you couldn't find me when you was trying to call me. He was
because
like, "Where
everything's
is
Katana.
so?" Yeah, I changed it all. I
Yeah.
changed it
So
all.
I have it all changed on my end too. It's just
Baby, pass me my jacket
I
right
ain't
there.
mad at the change. Just let me know ahead of time when you get ready to do it again because I tend to not pay attention.
Right. I just want to keep up with the times. You feel me?
That's all
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to do too.
So I want you to
I
have
will-
a visual.
Oh yeah, that is nice. We might have to talk on the business tip, like on a separate occasion. That's real
I
nice.
can't see shit. I just see
Huh?
I don't see shit. I can't see shit. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna tell you what I
It's
could
my
see, but it
name.
ain't nothing.
Just put
It's
Okay.
my name. So the significance of this jacket, I custom made this jacket. It's only one. That's me, Katana Black, and this is. Hold on, I'm coming. Give me 1 second.
I just saw green. I ain't gonna hold you up. I didn't see shit.
I'm crying. I'm over here. I'm over here looking. I'm showing my husband now because we're looking off into branching off into making more things with our clothing brands. Both of us
What
have
is
one.
that?
Tribe Nation.
Okay then.
And on the sleeve, it says, do your homework.
Yeah.
That's one of my hashtags. And then it has my crest on the other sleeve.
Does it say it hits different?
That's beautiful work too.
No.
That's nice.
Thank you. And
It's it hits different.
my tribe colors. Black, green. I'm a brown person, so brown is always going to be the base color. And gold, but they didn't have gold stitching for me this time. So um, I definitely support my own brand. I wear my own. There's nothing wrong with the Gucci. I wear that too, the Louis Vuitton stuff like that. But every day, I want to represent myself, my tribe,
Facts.
my family, my colors, that I want you to associate and recognize me based on my
Hmm.
crest of who I am and what I stand for. Because behind that shield, it's a lot of power, it's a lot of strength, it's a lot of what I put out, and it's not just to put out for show, it's who I am. So that's why do your homework is real important. That's the main hashtag. Do your homework on Katana Black because I ain't always been polished. Do your homework and learn before you address me, before you speak to me, before you try to include me in something that you know I'm not going to bang with. Do your homework because I'm very transparent. I'm transparent to the point where you ain't got to guess with me cuz you know what it is.
I
And
like
where are
that.
you out of right
Boss
now?
energy.
I'm in Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, that's boss energy right there.
So staying in the feminine energy and representing that feminine power.
What's that?
People see it and they think that it is in a negative form. They think that I can appreciate the fact that you are how you are when you say that you don't want to submit to nothing. People take that, like she said earlier, perception's key. So people perceive that in a different way that fits with them. Not everybody feels that like that, and I when I say it, I don't mean it in bowing to nobody. By far, I don't mean that at all. I by far do I mean that. I will never bow to no one. That's not even the case. So when I say submit, it doesn't mean to relinquish who I am or to be beneath anything at all. Not even close. So perception matters though, and it's all about how you perceive it too. So use the words that are correct for you, that are you comfortable in, that represents who you are. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I can accept and receive when you said that you don't mind sitting in the back and allowing someone to drive. And I don't mean literally the back, but like, beside them, allow them to drive and take over.
Hell yeah. Take a seat. Take a step back. We
Yeah.
always in the forefront nowadays. I'm tired of shit.
It goes to, when you got to be strong all the time, man. Nothing doesn't need a recharge. The sun recharges, the moon recharges, your body has to recharge. Everything has to have a reset. But if you consistently, day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out, you are on the front lines, you're going to get tired. And if you're going to have that person or those people or that village is going to have to allow you to recharge your battery. So you, as the leader, maybe, you need to make sure that you are instilling in them enough. so that they can maneuver and operate when you're recharging, and you still don't have to get up and do it. Like, if you're going to train, like in training, you don't train a person to be you, you train a person to be better than you, because they're going to retain 60% of that, and you're going to hope that if you have to be off, that they'll be able to function in your place. And
Mhm.
I look
Yes,
at
absolutely.
I look at anything that way. I've never been to MIT. I've never got a college degree. I never, the highest grade that I completed in school was eighth grade. I did ninth grade 3 times before I quit school. For everybody who worked alongside of me, with me, for me, they got college degrees. They got what's necessary in order for me to put what I need to put with them, with their formal education, and then they can create something that's going to work with what we needed to work with. I can't write a grant, but I know 5 people who can.
Right.
I mean, I can't do X, Y, and Z, but I know a couple people who can.
I
So
really
that's
Right.
feel like that's what life is about, really. Finding people who can do what you cannot, or what you're not able to do. If the world worked like that, the world would be so much of a smoother run
it, wa-
uh system.
this
And
system
that
wasn't, it wasn't designed to be a smooth system. It's so
that's
many.
why uh, that's why I'm okay with the whole polyamorous relationship stuff, because what you lack, it might be somebody else's strength. So I think that it is love and unity in a community, and I think everybody needs to come together. And what you were saying, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what you were saying, I just wanted to say that before it got lost. What is that that's the yin and the yang, the balance. It is meant to be roughy. It is meant to be rough, and I'll let you finish that.
Well, you just kicked off something that was already on my head about the polyamorous lifestyle, because I that's the kind of lifestyle that I live. I mean, my experience in it with the people that I ventured to do it with, put a bad taste in my mouth, but uh, that is truly my heart's desire, because I have relationships that I don't want to sever. I don't want to be touched, but they shouldn't have to be, because I shouldn't have to pick and choose who loves me and when someone can love me, when I got these relationships that been here for 30 years, 20 years, that I'm not willing to get rid of. And it doesn't have to be that we smashing, that we sexting, or going out or nothing. It's just the intimacy that we have has nothing to do with how I love on you and how you
Right.
love on me. Like, and I want to have that. The people who I ventured to do a poly with, they were self-serving, and they were interested in the sexual aspect of being in a poly, but it's so much more to me than that, because I got friends that I would never tell anything to, but I
Right.
love them to death. I got friends that I go shop with. I got friends that I travel with. I got friends that I party with. I got friends that I can have collectively together and we be okay. And I got friends that I can never mix them in the same pot. You know what I mean? So, that's what it is. But Polly, for me, man, nobody. I got my daughter. She has 10 dolls. In the conversation, I taught her what Polly was, because she didn't understand. I didn't want her to be misconstrued as to why I told so and so that I love you when I hung up the phone, and then I also told so and so that I love you when I hung up the phone. And she asked me plain. She was like, "How do you love 2 boyfriends?" I said, "Neither one of them are my boyfriends." I said, "You got 10 dolls, right? And do you love this doll more than this doll?" "No, I love all my dolls." I said, "Right. And do you love this one more, or do you love this group of dolls more than No, I love them all." That's the same thing with people. You can love who you want to love, and you can allow who wants to love you without it interfering in your romantic relationship, because that person needs to be able to love you enough to know that, hey, what's for me, you're going to give it all to me. but that person loves you too, and you love them, and that's okay.
I feel as though I am in like a transition period of my life because me and my husband, we recently um, had our own personal experience within the polyamorous world. We ended up having a girlfriend before we ended up getting married. And my whole issue with the dynamic of the situation was I felt like it was more so self serving than anything. I felt like the relationship wasn't necessarily serving me as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that I felt left out. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And so like now I'm just kinda at a point where I completely understand the concept, but the situation really made me start questioning like is that the lifestyle for me? Because um it is it is it a possibility to find someone that has the same concept of servitude as me and can fulfill that servitude in the same manner as my partner?
No
I'm
one's gonna be
definitely.
the same as your partner,
The
but
thing is,
it,
though, you did it with someone that wasn't healed.
The reason why I was so very vague on that is because I don't want to speak on somebody else's emotions because I have
You
no
don't have to,
idea.
but that was me outside saying it, and that was an
Yeah.
outside perspective. So as an outside individual, when I wasn't in the middle of it, I'm telling you right now, it only works when you got all healed partners.
when you have the transparency, when you
Mhm.
have that trust factor, when you have the conversation to what the expectation is here. What am I expected to do? And be honest enough to say, I can't do that. Or to be saying, hey, I'm with all of this.
Right. And
And your
I feel like on our
actions,
end we were most definitely transparent, but we had a partner who wasn't as transparent with their wants or needs as we were.
hmm yeah, so
So
then
on
you
one side
remove that.
he
It's
was
okay
being
to,
fulfilled, but we weren't being fulfilled as well. And I felt the least fulfilled within adding another person to the relationship because I felt like my servitude was not exactly at the top of priority for um our incoming partner.
hmm well, I can tell you that if you think a one-on-one relationship is challenging, multiple personalities, feelings, uh, growth, and non-growth are big factors when you're talking about that
Mhm.
thing, because people don't grow at the same speed.
Not at
And
all.
although you start out the gate, everybody starts out the gate the same way, but based on the way that you relate to each other is what your progression is. It's a constant. And it should never be keep starting from zero, keep starting from scratch. It should always be the improvement on what's already the foundation. It's
Right.
already existing. It's not fair to say, okay, well, we're going to start this poly and we're going to be like this. And then a year, 2 years, 5 years, down the line, you've grown as a person. You got to grow. So that means quite possibly your dynamic has to be revisited and new ideas needs to be introduced so that way everybody can catch up to speed, remove themselves, or grow with you. A person is always going to tell you who they are. Their actions going to show you who they are.
Whether
Absolutely.
you listen or not, it's on you.
That's why I was like, nope,
Yeah,
this ain't
and
it.
that's
This ain't
what
the
it
one.
is. Go ahead, simpatico.
I said, this ain't it. This ain't the one. That train agreed.
It so did. It so did. But yeah, so I mean, it stems from many different things. When people get into that, don't let that one experience ruin how you feel about it or affect how you feel about it. If you want to change out, then that's on you too. But at the end of the
That's what I'm
day,
trying to do, quite honestly. I just I noticed that we live in a world of selfish people. So I feel
facts.
like
Indeed.
being in a polygamous relationship is pretty selfless endeavor to try to achieve. There's a lot of different components. Like I can't sit there and say that I didn't learn a whole lot, within the relationship, which I'm most definitely
Mm-hmm.
grateful for. But
Mm-hmm.
I do, like I said, I do have that underlying feeling of like, do I really want to do this again?
It will leave a bad taste in your mouth for sure.
Yeah, I
For
just
sure.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say
Mm-hmm.
that I experienced the same situation at one time, where I'm gonna say I wasn't healed either. So I didn't love myself correctly. So I took everything as an attack and I started taking things personal when it wasn't personal. So yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
I can receive it where it goes both ways. If you are not healed or the individual is not healed, many things could come to play. So
Mm-hmm.
it has to be an open dialogue and everybody has to be on the same page and everybody has to have that same want and what they're expecting out of it.
Yeah,
But hey, time will tell. Maybe something else will come into your life that might be differently, and that it'll be an ideal again. And if not, I mean, at the end of the day, you got something beautiful in front of you right now, and
Mm-hmm.
that's an open relationship where you're able to communicate with your better half. And a lot of people don't have that in a marriage, and you have
yeah,
that.
I'm
So
most definitely blessed in that aspect because we can talk about anything up under the sun, and we respect one another's wishes, and I feel like
yeah,
that's a huge component within our relationship because
Mm-hmm.
we both have we both have taken time to grow within our relationship, and we've learned how to communicate with one another. So now we can have uncomfortable conversations and it not turn into a full blown argument, but it's more so a lesson and has understanding.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a solution within the problem.
I've witnessed both of you guys grow tremendously in the time that I've known both of you, and I'm proud of both of you equally.
It's
So
definitely appreciated.
continue growing. It's beautiful. You guys are doing a beautiful job, and the names that I give you guys, nobody else will ever hold those names for a reason because nobody else is like you guys. You guys are uniquely a really beautiful power couple that have grown so much into who you are. A lot of people put faces on and pretend to be something that they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are so transparent that you guys are that no matter who's around.
Yes, absolutely. And we appreciate that so much. Most definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
Genuine beings, including Ella, apparently.
Oh, she's so beautiful. She's such a vocal person.
We are very genuine beings, though. We are genuine people, like as individuals, but as a whole, we are a genuine couple. We enjoy each other. We enjoy the fact that we don't have to. Hey, hey, hey. We enjoy the fact that we don't have to fake the fun.
Yeah. Ella, what do you think of feminine energy? Do you think it's a positive thing?
Mm-hmm.
Look, now somebody asks you a question you
Oh,
ain't got nothing to say.
well, she's
Oh,
thinking
okay, there
about
we go. Are you
it.
operating in your feminine energy right now, dear?
Yeah.
I take it
Yeah.
as a yes. You hear that growl?
Yes. I
Oh
heard
my
it.
goodness. She's a mess. She always steals the show though eventually.
Mm-hmm. As she should.
She one of those
Anyway,
babies.
so
She's been in the spotlight since
I,
the beginning.
da, da, da. She's the cutest thing ever. Listen, they were getting married, and it was in the church, and um, the husband walked up waiting for, my simpatico to walk up, and there's Ella says, "Dada," real loud, and
Mhm.
oh, whole church looked.
Ella gonna steal the show.
She's got a song that she was doing, and then you hear Ella in the background cooing and stuff. So, like, yeah, Ella's definitely gonna steal the show.
Exactly. I can't say it enough. Ella is gonna steal the show. This girl
But
featured on
her
the track because
sisters,
she was 5 months old.
listen, her sisters are that way too. Both of her sisters are that way too. Well, all of her
Absolutely.
sisters are that way.
Rennie and Harm though, definitely both of them.
Yes,
Spot on, most definitely. She got both of them extra as hell.
yes, and they both steal every conversation and every show.
Absolutely, center of attention.
We went to a video shoot, and it was Rennie's video shoot. Or no, it was
Mhm.
Harm's video shoot. And then I had what did I do? I was doing something, and then Rennie took over, so it was all about her. So like both of them equally.
Definitely, definitely. Those are our
But anyway,
girls.
so I'm gonna wrap this up tonight, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and everybody watching. May your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations, and everybody live within their feminine energy because there's power there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next Sunday. I'm gonna play the song when we leave out.
Okay.
Tycoon on the beat.